now return to Skybound Transformers.
Soundwave, I am willing to forgive you for this betrayal,
the snivering seeker says as he tries to stand up.
You can still choose the right path for our species. You can!
Staring Starscream, optics to optic, Soundwave coldly says,
You kicked my rabbit.
The communications officer then plunges his fist directly into Starscream's chest, ripping out vital inner components.
The only path left is extermination.
As Starscream starts to go offline, he utters one word.
I know!
And then falls into the lava below.
Goodbye, Starscream.
Starscream falls deeper into the volcano without a sound. Bouncing off one of the crater walls, he lands on a small platform of rock, narrowly escaping the molten magma next to him. The heavily damaged Seeker, in delirium, starts muttering to himself,
Starscream? That's my name.
Come on!
Starscream starts remembering his distant past as his circuits start to shut down for stasis lock.
We're gonna miss it! I'm coming, Jinvo. I just have to finish this Oktar. They only come once every 200 years.
The Cybertronian known as Oktar, that we know as Starscream today, dismisses his friend and goes back to his work when another voice calls out, "Come, old friend, it's my last night on Cybertron. Let's make it one to remember." Upon seeing his best friend Jetfire, Oktar relents and follows suit with the other two Jetformers. The trio make their way to Moonbase 2 to see the event that takes place once every 200 years.
So, have you heard anything about the fighting? Not yet. My brothers are refusing to join a side. You should both come with me. Our leader, I've never met anyone like him. And when you join us, we would make an incredible team.
The yellow bot enthusiastically says as he points to the Decepticon logo on his chest while he tries to recruit his best friends to join their cause. I've already chosen my path, Jinvo. I will be traversing the stars with the maps Oktar has laid out for me. We can find a way to save ourselves without a need for fighting. Jinvo somewhat politely shoots down Jetfire's idyllic peaceful stance as he swats at a bunch of turbosects, only to have Oktar grab his arm and stop him.
Everyone thinks they bite, but they're quite harmless. They help clean the gears of our moons. They help our lives run just a little bit smoother. They're beautiful.
Oktar admires the small little Cybertronian life form when Jinvo grabs his attention. The trio are in amazement as Omega Supreme flies overhead. Oktar suddenly transforms and takes off.
Oktar, where are you? Come on, this way!
Oktar screams through a security gate with his two friends barely keeping up. As they question what are they doing, he comments,
The Cybertronian Defense Force stockpiles ammunition here. But we shouldn't be doing this. This is... I know, but I want them to see us. I want them to see me.
He says with pure innocence and joy as he grabs some munitions and starts activating them, detonating the entire munitions depot, a big enough explosion to catch the attention of Omega Supreme.
Quick, wave! Hey! Hey!
As Oktar waves at Omega Supreme stares back and waves, much to the enjoyment of all three of the Jetformers. but their celebration is cut short when Cup runs up trying to apprehend them for trespassing and destruction of property. A short time later, the three Jetformers are sitting there conversing before Jetfire finally makes his leave to try to save Cybertron.
Well, I guess this is it. Should you stay just a few more days, just to recheck our calculations? Oktar, every day we wait, Cybertron's demise comes ever closer. We've waited long enough. It's time. Goodbye, my friends.
Jetfire hugs his best friends one last time and then takes flight.
Goodbye, Jetfire. I'm going to miss him. Don't worry, Oktar. You still have me around. And for that, I'm thankful, Jinvo.
Sometime later, an explosion catches Oktar by surprise. As he investigates the cause of the explosion and commotion, he sees Jinvo running with two other Cybertronians, all three of them heavily armed. As Oktar tries to get Jinvo's attention, he is shot in the back, and Jinvo comes running up to try to help Oktar.
This way! We must hurry! Jinvo, what's happening? My work! It's too late for that!
Jinvo screams as he shoves his friend to try to get him out of harm's way, only to be shot in the back himself.
Jinvo! No!
You did it, Oktar. You yelled the gods.
What?
You screamed the stars into seeing us.
Jinvo! No! Oh, Jinvo! Oh, no.
Oktar sits there cradling his friend's corpse as his attention is grabbed by Optimus Prime, the Cybertronian who shot Jinvo. Starscream snaps out of stasis mode for a moment.
Jinvo!
The Seeker shrieks as he crawls away from the edge of the magma, realizing his legs have now melted and joined with the molten rock below. As Starscream crawls away and he passes out and goes back into stasis mode, a human climbs down, wraps the Seeker in chains, and gives the word to his team up above to pull it up. They've got something big. Many cycles ago, back on Cybertron, Oktar is carrying Jinvo's corpse when suddenly he trips and drops his friend. Staring at the symbol on his chest, he questions,
What's left for me now? What am I going to do? You can join us. You can avenge your friend and your clan.
offers a figure as he walks up. Towering over Oktar, the figure continues.
You can be a warrior of the new Decepticon Order.
As this mysterious bot transforms into a gun and lands in Oktar's hand, he asks another question.
Tell me, young one, what do your brothers call you?
Staring at the mysterious stranger in his hand, Oktar looks over at Jinvo's corpse, looks back at the stranger and says,
My name?
You screamed the stars into seeing us.
Is Starscream.
Group of Cobra soldiers who found Starscream, attaching him to their vehicle for ease of transportation, as Starscream slowly starts to wake up. The leader of this unit, named Horton, goes on about how they can move Starscream with this little control panel and how he's rigged with explosives if he tries to do anything funny. In a fit of rage, Starscream slams his fist down, screaming at the little squishies.
What have you done to me? You've ruined my beautiful body, and I shall have my...
Wait! You were in lava. See, your legs were gone. We saved you.
Holding up a sketch pad to show Starscream how they found him, Starscream barely stops his hand before crushing one of the humans.
That is all wrong! My proportions are completely off! Draw me again and do it right this time!
He screeches, leveling his null ray at the poor human, as one of the other humans grabs the control panel and pulls the lever backwards, sending Starscream careening in reverse.
How dare you put me on this filthy moving tray? This disrespect will be met with... Ah! What is that? I must kill it!
As Raz saves her cat, telling Starscream that this is my cat, it bites her, much to Starscream's amusement.
I like this cat. I need Energon.
Raz then tells Starscream she did what she could to get him back to full health, but with him being immobile, they had to figure something out. And Horton continues, saying, "We will help you get what you need." An enraged Starscream grabs the little human in his fist.
I need no one's help, idiot!
I'd be more careful if I were you. We planted charges throughout your whole body while you were out, with the trigger tied to my heartbeat and our little controller over there. If we stop ticking, so do you.
Well played, Squishy.
The name is Horton. The way I see it, you have two choices. Waste your time and energy trying to get where you need to go with no legs and no wheels. Or you help me and I help you.
You desire power?
My superiors at Mars would be very happy with a weapon of your size and cunning. If you were to help us, we could do great things together.
A being that shares my goals. How fortunate! My name is Starscream, and surely I am the greatest Decepticon you could have captured. I myself have been looking for the right fleshling to partner with.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
A bellow of rage cuts off their conversation, and the new group of allies make their way towards where the sound came from. We then flash back to Cybertron many, many cycles ago, where Megatron and Starscream are slaughtering Autobots left and right. The pair approach a trio of prisoners.
I must give you Autobots credit. You are valiant warriors, ones that I can use in the war to save our home. If you vow to take up the Decepticon cause, I will have mercy on you. You will turn from my enemy into my kin. What do you say?
The angry faces are enough of a response for Megatron.
Very well. Starscream, take me and do what must be done.
My leader, I cannot. They are prisoners of...
You know the limits of my power. I need someone to wield me. It must be you.
Starscream cradles his head from the pain Megatron is giving him to bend to Megatron's will.
Do not fight this, Starscream. It is better this way.
Please, I don't want to.
What you desire matters not. You are mine now. You will obey my command.
As Starscream finally executes one of the Autobot prisoners, the others are in shock. Starscream levels Megatron at the other two.
Continue, Starscream, for the Decepticon good.
I'm sorry.
Do not apologize for what is necessary. From now on, you shall be my executioner. You shall be my hand of death. Together, we will bring Cybertron back to its rightful and glorious place among the stars.
Back on Earth in the present day, Starscream and his allies have come across the source of the rageful noise they heard.
Is that Astro Train I see?
Starscream!
How did you get loose from the clutches of the Nemesis, brother?
Soundwave freed me. He promised me Megatron for joining his plan.
Soundwave? Giving you access to his master?
As if to punctuate his question, Starscream uses his still-functioning null ray to free Astro Train from the chains that bind him.
Lies!
Soundwave would not.
He lies with every sentence that spills from his dirty faceplate. Where is he now? With you abandoned on this worthless beach? A perfect example of the fact that once his use for you ends, he will put you back in storage to rust. If you doubt me, witness my own self. Look at what he did to me. And unlike Soundwave, I have no love for our fallen leader.
Now, wait a minute.
Join my side, and know I shall let you have your revenge.
when all of a sudden a mighty explosion grabs everyone's attention as they stare to see a chunk of Cybertron land in the middle of the ocean.
Cybertron? Astrotrain, what is going on?
Much has happened, Starscream.
As the humans point out, they have a bigger problem as a tidal wave starts rushing towards the shoreline.
Have you partnered with these weaklings?
They rescued me from the clutches of death, if you can believe it.
As Astrotrain transforms into his shuttle mode,
Then leave them now to their doom and let us hurry away.
before Screamer 5 can get inside Astrotrain, Horton pulls him in reverse. I don't think so, buddy.
Horton, you fool! Let me get on that ship now!
We need you to get us off this beach.
And I'm trying to do just that!
You saved me. Now please, allow me to return the favor.
As Astrotrain is keeping just ahead of the tidal wave behind him,
Whatever is the matter, Horton?
Just remember who's in charge. No funny business.
I'd never dare.
as Astrotrain grabs Starscream's attention and tells him to look out into the water, they see the Combaticons. Swooping down low enough where Starscream can reach out and grab a hold of Onslaught's hand, he hoists the Combaticons into Astrotrain.
Do my eyes deceive me? Is that you, Starscream?
Bask in my glory, Onslaught. General, has the legend of the Combaticons never reached the hills of Earth? Their beings are renowned for their passion and violence.
It is true.
I never agreed to this. Take us down to the surface now!
Of course, General. Right away. We just need to make a quick pit stop.
As one of the waves crashes into Astrotrain, jarring him violently enough to knock all of the humans unconscious. Horton bolts awake to the sound of someone talking.
All hail Starscream, the one who has finally reunited us.
Hail! Hail!
Horton winds his way around their feet, unseen, grabbing the control panel, ready to detonate Starscream.
My beautiful Combaticons, I am honored by your praise. But we must focus on things more important than my own greatness. There is an evil that has grown in our ranks. Soundwave has...
You need not say more, Starscream.
Onslaught interrupts him.
Onslaught and I heard him plotting against his own, against our own fallen Shockwave. He is a traitor!
As Horton bellows to get the attention of the Cybertronians, Starscream turns with a smirk.
Ah, Horton. Unfortunately, I believe our working relationship is untenable. It's time for us to part ways.
You think I'm stupid? The jig is up. This was not part of the plan. I've got a failsafe right here, buddy. All I do is press this and we all go up. Now bring us back to Earth, or I'll pull the trigger right here, right now.
Please go right ahead.
Staring Starscream square in the optic, Horton presses the button. And then presses it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. As the rest of his squad rounds the corner to break the bad news that Raz pulled all the explosives out of Starscream, when all of a sudden Starscream's hand flattens her against the wall.
Thank you so much for your help, Private Raz.
Leveling his null ray at one of the other humans, Starscream opens fire, obliterating the poor man right next to Horton. As Horton falls to the ground, Starscream picks up the controller. That's when the little cat jumps up on his hand and runs up his shoulder. Horton begs for his life as Starscream slowly inches his way forward.
Please, you're making a mistake. I can be of use to you.
You tried to make me a slave. Unforgivable.
As Starscream's treads slowly crush Horton in a massive pool of blood.
And you, Private Martin.
The terror-stricken human stands there as Starscream leans down.
Start sketching. You shall be the illustrator and witness to my great rise to power. Never again will I be the property of anyone. I will be the master of my own destiny, the captain of my own fate. Prepare yourself, Soundwave. This Earth is mine!
The terrified Private Martin starts sketching Starscream just as he commanded.
This is wrong,
says Thundercracker as the Decepticons destroy Tacoma, Washington.
I do not enjoy this process either, but we are once again on our back foot.
The new Decepticon leader tells Thundercracker as he walks up to see the devastation of Tacoma, Washington. He continues.
The waves scattered us. The Nemesis lost. Cybertron gone. Failure after failure. Loss after loss. But Cybertron is not gone. Part of it fell into the ocean and allowed us to escape the Autobots. Should we not go there and find ourselves again?
The Seeker questions his commander. As Soundwave starts walking through the devastation of Tacoma, Thundercracker follows.
This place is a treasure trove of energy and raw materials unlike our old Oscar planet. The battle is here. We must hold our ground against the constant usurping Autobots. And our enemies have one massive weakness. So we will act as agents of death, city by city, human by human. This will draw the Autobots out to the open, allowing for ambush. For now, let us get this unpleasant work over with.
As Soundwave slaunders off to shoot at more buildings and bring more devastation, Thundercracker looks at the nearby building, seeing a small group of humans huddled in fear. Looking at them with pity in his optics, he whispers to run. As they clear the building, he brings it down behind them, leaving them alive. Back on Cybertron, the little red demon known as Cliffjumper finally wakes up.
Where? Oh man. I must have gotten thrown from Optimus by that blast. Am I really home?
He questions to himself as his face is a mix of joy and terror.
Is that you, Redhead? It's been a long time, brother.
Warpath greets the little red car, much to the joy of Cliffjumper.
By the spark, Warpath, Blue Streak, and Blur.
The Decepticons are coming. They're coming.
We can catch up later. We're being hunted. Wait, the others.
Time to go.
They're gone, Warpath. Let's go.
On the other side of the universe, back on Earth.
Are you sure about this, RC?
I almost lost myself again, Prime. I can feel the hate pulling at my gears.
It is a daily struggle to keep it at bay. I know this well.
I put the entire mission in jeopardy. I almost killed us all. And now the Decepticons have escaped, threatening the place once more. I'm so sorry for letting you down.
As the leader of the Autobots turns towards RC to face her.
Oh, RC, you did no such thing. And I will never not be proud of you. If you go on this quest, it must be for the right reasons. Our numbers are too few for you to go because of shame.
Magnus needs me. He was there for me in my darkest moments. Now it is my turn. I will find him on my own.
Then I will not stop you.
When Carly interrupts them and says, let's not forget who the real heroes are here, as Beachcomber and Spike, on crutches, come up behind her.
Beachcomber, I will not force you. But we could use you here, in the fight.
I made an oath to myself, Optimus. No violence ever again.
I understand your feelings, but there must be a force to stop the Decepticons.
Optimus, I think deep down you know I'm right. The best thing you could do for this planet is leave.
But we know the Decepticons would not follow me. They have proven they will only take what we've learned to love. We must protect this place.
Do what you have to do, and I will do what I must as well.
Beachcomber remarks as he, RC, and Carly take off to go find Ultra Magnus. As the Autobots depart, Wheeljack walks up to Optimus.
Optimus, radio chatter from south of us. The humans are under attack. The Decepticons are on the defensive prime. We should be wary of them trying the last-ditch effort to trap us.
Whether the Decepticons lie waiting or not, we must press on. Lives are at stake.
As Prime, Wheeljack, and Jazz enter a tunnel.
Speaking of stakes, I did some scans on your neural net. I can't find anything that would be contributing to the visions you've mentioned.
Wheeljack, is it possible they're coming from the Matrix?
I thought you used up everything repairing yourself after Sparky.
I did. There is nothing powering it now.
Has an organic ever interfaced with it before?
I don't believe so.
It's possible that the conflux of organic and mechanical materials is causing a breakdown of your neural net.
I suppose anything is possible, Wheeljack. Oh, no. What have they done?
As Optimus transforms and looks upon the horror of a totally destroyed city.
Autobots, focus all efforts on emergency rescue.
The trio are trying to pick up rubble and save as much as they can when Optimus gets hit in the back of the head with a rock. An angry mob of humans scream, "There they are. They're after the people on the bus. Get them," as a bunch of police officers open fire at Optimus Prime.
Please, stop. Do you not see what we are doing? We are trying to...
As Optimus Prime is rocked by a projectile, making him drop the bus and harm the people inside.
Correct it! Get her ready for another round!
As he recovers and comes to his senses, Optimus looks up and sees the bus in more disarray than it was before.
Why? Why?
Standing up and cradling his head just as he did after he slaughtered Shockwave.
We are trying to help you!
Once again assaulted by the horrific visions of this abomination of Cybertronian and human flesh, Optimus lunges at the Abrams.
Is hurting things all you're able to do?
He bellows as he grabs the cannon of the turret and bends it backwards, as Jazz grabs a hold of him trying to stop him.
We got more human military inbound. We better get out of here.
Very well. Autobots, roll out.
The three Autobots flee the destroyed city. Soundwave and Scrapper stand there on the ridge, watching the Autobots retreat.
So predictable.
Soundwave, they're getting away. We should attack now.
No, Scrapper. We must wait and watch. The numbers are few, so we will see where they go. Well, this way our ambush will strike, not their hard.
Sitting upon Soundwave's shoulder, Laserbeak sadly pecks at the skull of Ravage. Soundwave reaches up and gives his pet condor a comforting little scratch on its beak.
I know our family is incomplete, but Ravage's repairs must wait. Yet again. For now, Laserbeak, I have a new mission for you.
As Laserbeak takes flight.
One that I should have done as soon as I walked on this planet. Do not return until your task is complete.
Back on Cybertron.
Hold up. Got a purple up ahead. Looks like a scout. Blur, can we get past him without...
Hastily cutting off Blue Streak's question, Blur responds.
I checked all the routes. This is the only one.
As Blue Streak then pulls out a knife, runs up to the Decepticon, and stabs him through the back of the Spark. Much to the horror of Cliffjumper, his Autobot comrades rush to the fallen Decepticon and start drinking all of his energon like barbarians.
Blue Streak, you've changed. Things got messy after you left. And since when do you get all mushy over a Decepticon?
As Blue Streak with a condescending tone says, "Let me guess, Optimus." Cliffjumper tries to start defending this new viewpoint when Aelita greets him, asking Cliffjumper when was the last time he truly had to survive. Back on Earth, where the Autobots have their power source at the dam.
Optimus, what happened back there?
I don't know, Wheeljack. I feel like an old version of myself, when I was full of anger and blind with vengeance. Something is not right.
As the two transform, Wheeljack continues.
When we get back to the Ark, I'll do some more scans. But with RC and Breachcomber out looking for Magnus, it's time for reinforcements. We should be able to create enough energon to bring back another one of our warriors.
As Jazz walks up with an Autobot in his arms, laying him on the repair bay of Optimus Prime.
Welcome, Trailbreaker.
As several explosions cut off Optimus Prime, sending the Autobot leader and Jazz flying backwards, as Astro Train comes in for another strafe run.
Spike said he was left in chains. How did he get here?
Doesn't matter now! Open fire!
As Astro Train flies low and slams into Optimus Prime, knocking him to the ground. A shrill laughter pierces the air.
Finally! We meet again!
Chirps a Starscream as he rolls by an incredibly confused Optimus Prime.
Decepticons, we have hunted the Autobots, but instead have found a more troublesome insect.
You will pay for your treachery, Soundwave! My brothers, you know what to do! Leader Starscream, you have united us.
Onslaught proudly interjects.
You have healed our brother instead of healing yourself. We shall follow you to the end.
As Starscream's brigade rushes forward and starts to combine, towering over the new Decepticon leader.
Combaticons, merge into...
Back on Cybertron. We shouldn't be here, Blue Streak says cautiously as he, Cliffjumper, and Ielita walk through rubble. You said that already, Blue Streak.
We're serious, Cliff. Some places should be left untouched. Not to mention that a Decepticon patrol could come at any moment. We should be back at the compound.
Ielita 1 tells the little red demon, who is still hell-bent on finding something in the wreckage of this bombed-out crater. I need to check something out. Besides, the Decepticons know there's nothing here. Not after they bombed it. As Cliffjumper makes his way through the wreckage, it was here that Starscream killed my clan. And after killing something, why ever come back? As the Minibot starts to dig through the wreckage, that's why I put them here, where nobody would find them. As he pulls a small spark canister from the wreckage, there's only pieces of each of my friends left. Not enough to bring any of them back, but maybe enough to make something new. Back on Earth, the two Decepticon sub-factions come to a head as Soundwave yells,
Constructicons!
We will take it from here, Leader Soundwave! Constructicons combine!
The Constructicons unite to form Devastator to even the battlefield.
Prepare for devastation, Bruticus.
Bellows the green behemoth as he squares up against Bruticus. Standing on the sidelines, Optimus Prime is quick to react, realizing that they are in way over their head against two combiners.
We must get out of the way! Run, Autobots!
But my machine!
The resulting explosion cuts off Wheeljack as the Autobots jump into the water for safety. Just as Bruticus and Devastator are taking blows towards each other, Soundwave runs towards Starscream, who is screaming to kill, kill, kill. On the other side of the lake, two kids are sitting on their bikes, watching the entire event unfold in amazement.
Starscream, how do you still function?
Sniveling fool! You cannot kill what is unkillable! I can't say the same for yourself!
Starscream yells as he shoves Soundwave into the way of Astro Train to run him down, just as Thundercracker swoops in, opening fire on Starscream.
Starscream! Why are you doing this?
You were there, Thundercracker! You left me to his evil usurping plan!
You left us no choice. You were unhinged.
Thundercracker yells as he transforms into robot mode, running up to punch Starscream. As the two Seekers start trading blows with each other, Starscream finally admits the truth.
You think Soundwave is any different than me? It was both of us who tore your precious Skywarp to pieces for all of his useful metals!
This horrifying admission of the truth stops Thundercracker in his tracks, telling Starscream he lies, only giving him the opportunity to wind up and slug Thundercracker hard.
Wake up from your naivety, Thundercracker! The universe is only for the strong! Turbo Ratty, Turbo Rat! Spark versus Spark! Metal on metal!
Aiming his null ray in victory with a smirk, Starscream continues.
Now you do.
As Thundercracker holds his little control panel between two fingers.
Thundercracker, stop! Give that back! Thundercracker?
Starscream's voice starts getting more nervous and nervous as Thundercracker narrows his optics.
Don't! No! Stop! No!
Screams the flightless seeker as he goes over the edge. As Soundwave and Astro Train are trading blows just below Thundercracker and Starscream.
Only cowards suicide so easily.
You think I care about size? Who hates Megatron more? Starscream or yourself? I go with who will let me kill the one who ended my love!
Bellows the Triple Changer as he rears his elbow up to smash into Soundwave's head, only to be stopped by a falling Starscream landing on his head. Calling to his second-in-command, Soundwave yells for Thundercracker's assistance.
Thundercracker, quickly, help me with these brutes.
Thundercracker just stares at Soundwave with an empty glare as he transforms and flies away from the battle.
What are you doing? Come back, Thundercracker!
As he escapes the battle, Thundercracker flies over the Autobots, where Optimus Prime snaps yet again.
Enough with this mindless fighting! If this structure is destroyed, the humans in this entire area will be devastated!
Overhearing Optimus's remark, Starscream stops in mid-punch of Soundwave to make a comment.
Are you a baby? You actually think we care about the squishies?
You must...
Trying to plead with Starscream, Optimus Prime clutches his head in pain yet again as the dark, evil influence that has been slowly creeping into his mind takes hold with another evil vision. As Jazz tries to talk some sense into Optimus Prime and stop him from committing a horrible atrocity akin to Megatron, Optimus just looks up with purple optics, levels the fusion cannon, and opens fire. Starscream and Soundwave barely avoid the fusion cannon blast as it strikes the dam that was right between them. Both the combiners stop and stare as the dam gives way, as the powerful torrents of water washes away all of the combatants in the battle. As Optimus and Jazz hold on for dear life to some rocks, fighting the torrents of water, Wheeljack questions what happened. As Optimus tells him he does not know, he realizes we have innocent bystanders in the way of the water. As the two kids who were watching the fight from afar try to get out of the way of the rushing water, Optimus Prime realizes that even though the flow of the water is aiding him in his speed, he will not reach the children before they are killed by the water. When a shadowy figure steps in front of the children.
What strange little creatures. Hello, small things.
The shadowy figure says as he activates a force field, saving the two children. As the left hand transforms from blaster into a humanoid-looking hand, the figure starts to introduce themselves, only to be cut off from a distant yell by Wheeljack.
Trailbreaker!
The ecstatic Autobot engineer continues.
Talk about getting revived in the nick of time!
Sorry I'm late to the party. I woke up and almost got crushed by those two. What in the spark is going on?
Trailbreaker questions, as Optimus looks at his hands in disgust and just whispers to himself.
Chaos.
Back on Cybertron,
Is this all that's left?
Cliffjumper asks Sileta as they walk into the Autobot base, telling Cliffjumper that the Decepticons have intercepted long-range transmissions. They don't know if there's other pockets of resistance of the Autobots. For all she knows, they're the only Autobots left.
I don't recognize anybody.
I'm not surprised, Cliff. You left before any of them were even made. How are you feeling, Warpath?
Hanging in, Commander. Thanks for putting me back together.
Finally showing some compassion where she was lacking before, Ileta puts her hand on Warpath's shoulder, reassuringly.
It's not as good a job as it should be, but we did our best.
She then turns to Cliffjumper and asks him what is he going to do with that spark canister. I'm taking them to the Well of Sparks.
You can't be serious. Going that deep into Decepticon territory is a death sentence.
Technically speaking, Aelita, at this point, everywhere is Decepticon territory.
Warpath chirps in.
You need reinforcements. Wouldn't a new warrior help? All of you?
Aelita, if we could get that place back under Autobot control, it could be a rallying cry to the rest of the Autobot factions across Cybertron.
Blue Streak adds.
From there, we can make contact with all the remaining Autobot forces.
If there even are any.
Aelita, right now you have no hope in your spark. I'm not sure that any of us do anymore. But a new Autobot could help ignite that fire inside us once again.
Turning towards this hell-bent little red demon, Aelita then asks him what? You get what you want, and then you take off back to Earth? Cliffjumper just looks at the spark canister in his hands and solemnly says, No, to Carly. Gliding through the skies in his search for Megatron, Laserbeak approaches a cave, only to hear a familiar voice greet him.
My old friend.
A hand reaches up and starts caressing Laserbeak, like an old friend, a faithful pet.
It has been too long.
With a quick movement, the hand grabs Laserbeak by his throat, pulls him in and starts ripping wires as the figure says,
I must thank you for finding me wandering this desolate landscape.
As Megatron takes the wires he pulled from Laserbeak's chest and inserts them into his own optics.
But thanks to your temporary sacrifice, I can now see.
As Megatron stands up with Laserbeak perched upon his shoulder, Laserbeak's head turning in unison with Megatron's so the tyrant can see.
Now guide me to my warriors.
I've got a reading, RC. Energon levels spiking north of us.
Roger that, Beachcomber. Looks like we're gonna have to keep going. You sure you want to go along with this?
RC questions Carly, who just leans back and looks out the window and says, Let's find this Magnus guy already. Sometime later in the San Juan Islands, Spike and Carly are having a blast as Beachcomber and RC use a surfing technique to go upriver. As Spike asks, Are you sure it's this way? Beachcomber responds,
We found his tracks going into the water, didn't we? And his Energon readings are only getting stronger.
I've been meaning to tell you, Beachcomber. Thank you for helping me search for Magnus.
You're welcome, RC. But honestly, finding an old friend instead of fighting the Decepticons is a trade I'd take any day. At least this way I can be useful. In a good way.
What is it that changed you, Beachcomber?
questions RC.
Why won't you fight?
As Beachcomber starts fading away behind his cool sun visor.
That day on the Ark, when the Decepticons attacked us, before we hit Earth, I remember.
As Beachcomber starts having a flashback to that fateful day, Beachcomber starts describing the carnage and chaos upon the Ark. But through all of this carnage, through the hole in the hull where the Decepticons started their invasion, he saw something that made this war seem so meaningless. He saw galaxies, stars, life out there, beyond the hole in the hull. And after seeing this, he just couldn't take any more of the conflict.
Fighting only happens when we choose to.
As RC responds,
But, Beachcomber, what if there is no choice? What if it's either fight or die?
as Carly screams at the top of her lungs to look out when a rocket explodes near them, sending both the humans into the water, where RC tries to save them. As Beachcomber crawls ashore questioning what happened, he gets blasted by another explosion, followed by several more blasts from Ultra Magnus, where RC starts screaming at him.
Magnus, it's me! Stop!
RC? I'm sorry. I couldn't see. I had lost myself building my fortress. I was only trying to keep myself safe.
as Ultra Magnus fully emerges from his wooden fortress of defense. A short time later, Ultra Magnus and RC are staring up at Earth's moon.
This view, it's so clear, like we're back on Cybertron again, looking up at the great beyond. Those were the days. The future seemed so bright. But now all I see is the unknown, the vastness, the dark. Shockwave ruined it all.
The Autobot's Supreme Commander tells RC.
But he's gone now. He can't hurt us anymore. Prime made sure of it.
It's too late, RC. Shockwave taught me the depths of what one Cybertronian can do to another. How can I believe in anything anymore?
Placing a hand reassuredly on Ultra Magnus, RC says,
You can't let what has happened in the past dictate what is to come, my friend.
That's easy for you to say.
When Carly cuts in, telling Ultra Magnus it's not actually. Spike and her lost their dads, their home, and everything they thought they knew about the world is now destroyed. Ultra Magnus is a huge metal man with big metal guns, and she is small and squishy. But inside they are both the same, scarred, damaged, but can move on and not fall into a pit of despair. She tells him, You are not alone, Ultra Magnus. The city commander starts to respond to Carly, telling her that she's right when his attention is suddenly grabbed from something out in the woods, leveling his big-ass cannon at a bunch of U.S. military who were sneaking up upon his fortress in the woods. Ultra Magnus opens fire upon the humans as RC tries to stop him.
Magnus! Those are humans! They don't know what they're doing! Magnus! Stop! Stop!
As Beachcomber is able to shield Spike from all the incoming fire, Carly is hit by a tranquilizer dart. RC runs to catch Carly to prevent her from hurting herself as she falls. As Ultra Magnus turns to face the helicopter flying around, he screams, They're attacking us! They're going to enslave us! But he does not see the helicopter, he sees Shockwave. He takes a mighty swing, destroying the helicopter in one fell swoop, much to the horror of RC.
Enough with the child's play. We're going to Code Red. Light 'em up!
The remaining aircraft unleash a volley of rockets. As Beachcomber transforms so Spike can climb in, RC grabs a hold of Carly and they make a break for it. As the missiles hit the ground, it sends all of the Autobots and humans flying in various directions. The military swoops in and starts picking up survivors from the area. They realize Carly is still alive and breathing, sit her on a stretcher, and take off with her. As RC stands up, she stares in horror as several helicopters fly off with Ultra Magnus. Elsewhere on Earth, after fleeing the Battle of the Dam between the Decepticon combiners, Thundercracker screams towards the Autobot Ark. As he transforms, he yells, I'm coming, brother! The Blue Seeker comes to a screeching halt inside the Autobot base.
Skywarp, are you here? Is anyone here?
The Blue Seeker looks around when he hears a noise. Investigating the sound of the noise, he sees Skywarp built into the wall of Teletran 1.
Skywarp! Thunder? It's me! I'm here, brother! I'm gonna get you out of here!
He yells as he starts pulling at wires connecting Skywarp to Teletran.
No!
Skywarp starts screaming in pain, trying to get Thundercracker to stop.
Removal means death. You're stuck here.
Thundercracker puts two and two together as he takes a step or two back.
Very well. I will find another way to free you from this awful prison.
As the Earthbound Autobots start to regroup,
Wheeljack, what do we have?
More bad news, I'm afraid. It looks like Bruticus is moving north, towards a large human population. I believe it's called Seattle.
Then you know what to do, Autobots. Prepare to—
Optimus, wait. What happened at the dam?
I don't know. Something came over me.
I believe you, but if you're in the dark on what's happening, we have to get you back to the Ark. We have to make sure you don't lose control again. Not when the stakes are so high.
You know there's no time to regroup, Wheeljack. Human lives are at risk.
Optimus Prime responds as he transforms.
We must do all we can and hope for the best.
In Seattle, Washington.
Hurry, Decepticons! The race for John is won! We must win!
Starscream screams from Astro Train as Bruticus starts slaundering through Seattle like Godzilla.
Humans have their ways of gathering energy, insufficient as it may be, and Soundwave is trying to claim it for himself!
As part of one of Seattle's landmarks comes flying at Bruticus, taking him down to the ground. As Astro Train flies over towards Devastator, Starscream starts yelling.
Bruticus! No matter. You think you have what it takes to defeat us, Soundwave?
Hanging off the edge of Devastator, Soundwave just responds.
Actually, yes.
Get real! You always were and always will be a bitch!
As Devastator uppercuts Astro Train, shutting Starscream up, just as the Autobots pull up. As Trailbreaker asks, do the Decepticons have any mercy? Optimus just narrows his optics.
My Autobots, there's only one thing to do. Prepare yourselves and save as many of the humans as you can.
The Autobots scramble left and right, trying to save the humans from the fighting combiners. As Bruticus is finally knocked down again by Devastator, a woman and child run towards Optimus Prime as he transforms.
Quickly, get in!
The child questions, who the heck are you?
The name is Optimus Prime, and we are here to rescue you.
The Autobots are doing their damnedest to save as many humans as possible as Jazz and Wheeljack direct them away from Bruticus and Devastator's fighting, only to have the two behemoths wander over and start toppling a building over on top of the crowd. Optimus Prime is in the right location to hold up a majority of the structure long enough for Trailbreaker to start a force field to get the humans to safety.
Futile! Pathetic! This city is mine! Do yourself a favor and run to the hills before I turn you into slug!
Screeches Starscream as Astro Train flies around, letting him take pot shots at Devastator.
You only have one arm, Rumble. But one is all you need.
As Soundwave takes hold of Rumble and throws him towards Astro Train.
Gladly, my master! Get away, you bubble brat!
As Rumble takes his pile driver and shears off one of Astro Train's wings.
I've lost control! We're going down!
No! Combaticons! To me!
As both of the flying Decepticons are now grounded on the top of a building, where Bruticus starts to climb, trying to save their master Starscream.
Devastator, follow!
As Devastator starts climbing the other side of the building.
Do not worry for Starscream, Bruticus. Worry for your thrill.
As Bruticus finally crests the top of the building, Starscream's recovering, muttering to himself,
Can I not get one spark damned break?
Fearless leader, fret not. We are here.
Starscream's brigade is cut off by Devastator grabbing him.
There can only be one combiner, and that combiner's name is Devastator!
The green behemoth bellows as he suplexes Bruticus off of the tower, much to the horror of Optimus Prime watching the two behemoths fall.
Right, save us.
All the voices of Bruticus scream in terror as Devastator laughs with enjoyment. The two make landfall in a horrific explosion. Watching his combiner be so effortlessly defeated, Starscream starts to cry.
No, 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 no! Why can't anything go my way?
Because you are stupid, Starscream.
Soundwave responds with a quick uppercut.
Guided only by fear, hate, selfishness. You cannot even move yourself without the Earthling's technology. What a pathetic end for you.
Pathetic?
Starscream, hanging on to the word, finds the will to fight and charges Soundwave.
Pathetic? Pathetic!
Starscream shrieks as he grabs a hold of Soundwave's chest, ripping off the door, throwing it aside.
Look who is talking! At least I'm not the one obsessed with their tape collection!
He continues to shriek as he grabs Ravage and throws him away, just as he did the chest of Soundwave. Ravage lands at the feet of a very familiar figure.
Starscream! Soundwave! Enough! Megatron! Be silent!
Megatron spits at Starscream as he struts over to Soundwave.
Megatron!
The Decepticon leader looks down at Ravage's corpse, picks it up, and holds it over his spark chamber, reanimating Ravage, as Ravage starts nuzzling Laserbeak and Megatron.
What a good soldier you are, small thing. And what a faithful servant your father is.
As Ravage runs down Megatron's arm and into the arms of Soundwave.
My master.
Rousing Astro Train as he transforms back into robot mode, Starscream tells him to quickly get me away from here. Astro Train just grinds his teeth at the image of Megatron.
No! Get up, Soundwave! There is much work to be done!
At street level, Optimus Prime and his Autobots look up at the top of the building in absolute horror.
Autobots! Retreat!
As he lays his optics upon the most horrific sight he could imagine on this planet. The worst-case scenario for life on Earth. The return of Megatron. And that, my wicked viewers, has been Arc 3 of Skybound's Transformers. Officially titled Combiner Chaos from Skybound, I call this the Ultimate Doom. Whether this is part 1 or not is yet to be seen, but with the return of Megatron, this is the Ultimate Doom for planet Earth. There is one chunk of the story I did omit from this arc because I don't have it all set up yet, but when I do have it finished, it will be released as its own standalone video and included in Arc 4 as the start to that arc's video. If you've made it this far into Arc 3's video, thank you for spending a little over an hour with me yet again. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you can, please go out and buy your own physical and or digital copies of all the titles included in this video. They deserve that money, not me. Until next time, this is Fishie 22.8, logging off. Later, wicked peoples.